How does a bright autumn day, filled with cheers and hope, suddenly become shrouded in unimaginable darkness, forever altering the course of a nation? How does a vibrant moment of shared joy transform into an instant of collective trauma that still echoes in the American soul decades later? This is the profound and tragic story of November 22, 1963, the day President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. A moment that shattered a generation's innocence and continues to hold a powerful grip on history. It was a beautiful Friday morning in Dallas, Texas. The sky was clear, the air mild, and a sense of eager anticipation hummed through the city. President John F. Kennedy, young, charismatic, and a symbol of a new era of American idealism, was visiting Dallas as part of a political trip through Texas. He was accompanied by his elegant wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, and Governor John Connally of Texas, along with his wife, Nellie. They were a vision of youth and glamour, representing a future filled with possibility. Imagine the excitement on the streets, people lining the sidewalks, eager to catch a glimpse of their beloved President and First Lady. The presidential motorcade, a long line of gleaming cars, began its slow procession through the heart of downtown Dallas. The route was carefully planned, allowing thousands of people to wave and cheer as the open-top limousine, carrying the president and his party, passed by. Laughter and applause filled the air, a joyful sound of a nation connecting with its leader. As the motorcade made a turn onto Elm Street, passing in front of the Texas School Book Depository building, everything changed in a horrifying instant. At 12:30 p.m. Central Time, the festive atmosphere was brutally shattered by the sound of gunshots. Confusion erupted. Were they firecrackers? The president clutched his throat. Then a second shot, devastatingly accurate, struck his head. Mrs. Kennedy instinctively reached for her husband, then for safety on the back of the limousine. Governor Connally was also wounded. The joyous cheers turned into screams of terror and disbelief. The car sped away frantically, rushing towards Parkland Memorial Hospital. Imagine being there, in the crowd, the sudden, deafening sound, the horrifying sight, and the instant realization that something unspeakably terrible had just happened right before your eyes. The race to the hospital was desperate, but the damage was irreversible. Within minutes of arriving at Parkland, President Kennedy was pronounced dead. The news, relayed by distraught officials, including Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson, who was also in the motorcade, was almost impossible to comprehend. A young, vibrant leader, cut down in the prime of his life, in broad daylight. The shock was immediate and profound, spreading like wildfire across the nation and around the world. People openly wept in the streets, schools closed, and the country seemed to grind to a halt, caught in a collective moment of grief and bewilderment. Meanwhile, the hunt for the assassin began. Within about 80 minutes of the shooting, a former Marine named Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested. He had been working at the Texas School Book Depository, the building from which the shots were believed to have been fired. He was also suspected of killing a Dallas police officer, J.D. Tippit, shortly after the assassination. Oswald denied everything, claiming, "I'm just a patsy." As the prime suspect, he was questioned relentlessly. But before the world could truly understand his motives or his full involvement, another shocking event unfolded. Just 2 days later, on Sunday, November 24th, Oswald was being transferred from the city jail to the county jail. He was shot and killed live on national television by Jack Ruby, a Dallas nightclub owner. Imagine the nation, already reeling from the president's death, watching in real time as the alleged assassin was himself assassinated. This second murder plunged the country deeper into confusion and fueled endless speculation and conspiracy theories that persist to this day. The assassination of John F. Kennedy was more than just the death of a president. It was a profound loss of innocence for America. His youthful optimism, his vision for a new frontier, and his call to public service resonated deeply with many. His sudden, violent death left a void and a nagging sense of what if. It forced Americans to grapple with raw grief, national trauma, and unanswered questions about power, secrecy, and truth. Even now, over 60 years later, the moment of the shots in Dallas remains a pivotal, haunting image, a stark reminder of a day when the world changed irrevocably, leaving behind a legacy of both tragedy and an enduring fascination with the bright, brief flame that was JFK.